Here's how the gym taught me how to run a business. First things first, you're in the gym, right? Every day, you're taking each and every opportunity to talk to somebody because every single time you talk to somebody, every time you take the opportunity, that's an interaction and that's planting seeds. So the more seeds you plant, the more relationships you can have. After you have a bunch of relationships, you can start leveraging those relationships for money. And it sounds bad, but you build relationships with people because you have to build value over time. So being in the gym taught me how to slowly build value because you don't just walk up to somebody and say, hand me $100. No, no, no. That's all. That's really all business is it's the exchange of money from one hand to another. You offer a service, you fix somebody's problem, and you get paid for it. If you feel bad about the price that you charge, you got to think about it. You must not be a good trainer because the best trainers, they charge the most money. There's nobody coming to save you, but the thing is, you have to just build anyway. You're sitting in the bed and you're staying awake for an extra 3 hours every night scrolling on your phone because you have anxiety about not having completed everything that you wanted to complete for the day. Say you have a plate of food and you have broccoli, you have potatoes, you have chicken with a little bit of sauce on it, so it's really good, and then you have your dessert, right? And some people, the problem is some people eat the dessert first, and that's one of the things that makes it super hard to do everything else because after you eat the dessert, it spoils your appetite. So some people do the instant gratification, which is spoiling your appetite. So what I say is instead of eating the dessert first, you eat the broccoli and then you eat the potatoes and then you eat the chicken and then you save the dessert for last, and then that's your instant gratification. And that's how I basically break down my week is I front load my week with all the things that I don't want to do, and then at the end of the week, that's when I get to have fun. You have to be able to follow to lead. You have to know how to correctly follow somebody. You have to be in that place to know what it feels like, right? Um, because you can't be a leader having never known what it felt like to follow somebody. And the reason you need self discipline is because the self discipline helps you not get caught up in someone else's dream. And for you entrepreneurs out there, getting caught up in someone else's dream is basically working for, big companies and everything like that, selling your dream. You're not going to allow your dreams to be eaten by someone else's because you spent a little bit of time being a follower and you learn the self discipline to continue, having your own thoughts. Basically, that's what I look at self discipline as, is being able to continue doing what is for you and what is your purpose no matter what. So even if you're working for somebody else or anything like that, right? So you eventually can start leading others. Here's how to stop doubting yourself in business. You have lived a life that nobody else has lived, right? All it takes is you impacting 30 people's lives a month positively. And you compound that over time, and eventually if 30 people are paying you $100 a month, you do the math. But all you have to do is you have to provide enough value. And the way you doubt yourself in business is you tell yourself that you have no value. So how to stop doubting yourself in business is you have to have the confidence, so you have to actually have skills. And then you have to test those skills with people and see if people actually, gravitate towards the skills that you have. This is why you hop on social media and you make content and everything like that, right? And everybody has their own cup of tea. So you got to realize that the skills that you have are not for everyone. You have a curated audience that God has already prepared you for. So some people audiences are bigger than others, but this is why we do not envy what our neighbor has. You know what I mean? So what I'm saying is this is how you stop doubting yourself. You realize that one, you have a curated audience. Two, you have a set of skills and experiences and lessons that are unique to you. And after that, three, you've tested out your skills and have proven success methods. After you have proven success methods, four, you can start charging. Every single breakthrough that you're going to have in life is always going to start with a very uncomfortable action. Every athlete, before they win a big game, they're exhausted and they have to push through the pain. Every athlete has to train for countless hours to be able to perform when it's a game time situation. And I'm sure those training for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours, that's uncomfortable. That's hard. You're doing things nobody else is doing to make sure that you have the edge on your opponent. And you got to always find your edge. Every breakthrough starts with an uncomfortable action, and that uncomfortable action leads you to finding your edge over your competition. So always look for your edge. Always find your edge. That's all you have to do. So if you want it to be sustainable, you have to make it boring. And by that, I just mean you have to dial back. Entrepreneurs out there, like, we tend to dream big and plan a lot of times even bigger, or not planning at all. And a lot of people would say planning is boring, but guess what? The best content creators, they plan for their videos. Their videos are planned almost 3 months out, right? And this is why if you want to be successful, you have to plan ahead. You have to continuously grow. There has to be a careful progression, especially when you're trying to build a business and show an audience that you're trying to provide value. So if you would like your business to be sustainable, plan on making it a little bit boring. To you, everybody else, it might seem interesting, but self-worth is the price of entry to success. If you don't believe that you are worth $1 million, you'll never have $1 million. It's almost like an energy that you tap into. You have to wake up and be like, okay, like, I'm worth $1 million. And you got to say it enough times until you finally hypnotize yourself. No, I'm not talking about fake it until you make it. No, this is not faking it. This is what you are. And when you believe you're worth $1 million, you then act like you're worth $1 million. So then you're waking up 6 a.m., you're shooting content, you're posting your content, you're commenting on 100 posts a day, you're reaching out to people, you're leveraging your connections, you're doing everything you possibly can to make sure that you can get the work you need done.